Welcome to Lit with Ernest, where we dive into the world of literature and explore the works that have shaped our understanding of the human experience. Today, we're discussing Ambrose Bierce's iconic short story, An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. This tale of war, mortality, and the human psyche has been a cornerstone of American literature for over a century, and its influence can still be felt in contemporary writing. It's 1891, and the United States is still reeling from the aftermath of the Civil War. The country is trying to come to terms with the devastating loss of life, the destruction of entire cities, and the deep-seated divisions that still linger. It's against this backdrop that Bierce, a veteran of the war himself, crafts a story that would go on to become one of the most celebrated and enduring works of American literature. One of the key literary traditions that An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge relates to is realism. This movement, which emerged in the late 19th century, sought to accurately depict everyday life and the human condition without romanticizing or idealizing it. Bierce's story is a prime example of this tradition, as it presents a stark, unflinching portrayal of war and its effects on individuals. The story's focus on the psychological and emotional toll of war, rather than its grand heroic gestures, is a hallmark of realist literature. An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge is a masterclass in narrative structure and technique. The tale is presented as a series of fragmented and non-linear events which mirror the disjointed and often surreal nature of war. We're introduced to Peyton Farquhar, a Confederate sympathizer who's been condemned to death for attempting to sabotage a Union Railroad bridge. As Farquhar stands on the bridge awaiting his execution, he undergoes a series of vivid and intense hallucinations that blur the lines between reality and fantasy. One of the most striking aspects of the story is its use of symbolism. The bridge itself serves as a potent symbol of the divide between life and death, with Farquhar's execution representing the ultimate crossing of that threshold. The rope that binds him to the bridge is also symbolic, representing the constraints and limitations that we all face in our lives. Bierce's use of these symbols adds depth and complexity to the narrative, inviting readers to interpret the story on multiple levels. The character of Peyton Farquhar is also worthy of note. He's a complex and multifaceted figure, driven by a mix of motivations that are both noble and selfish. As we see through his hallucinations, Farquhar is haunted by visions of his family and his past, which serve as a reminder of the human cost of war. His story serves as a powerful antidote to the romanticized notions of war that were prevalent during Bierce's time, instead presenting a stark and unvarnished portrayal of its effects on individuals. The critical reception of An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge has been overwhelmingly positive, with many scholars and critics hailing it as a masterpiece of American literature. However, some have argued that the story's use of hallucinations and non-linear narrative structure can be confusing or alienating for readers. Others have criticized the story's perceived lack of character development, arguing that Farquhar is more of a symbol than a fully fleshed-out person. Its themes of mortality, courage, and the human condition are timeless and universal, speaking to readers across cultures and generations. The story's influence can be seen in everything from film and literature to music and visual art, with many creators drawing on its innovative narrative structure and powerful symbolism. In terms of cultural impact, An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge has been adapted into numerous films, plays, and other works of art. One notable example is the 1964 French film La Rivière du Hibou, which translates to The Owl River. This film, directed by Robert Enrico, is a haunting and atmospheric adaptation that captures the essence of Bierce's story while adding its own unique twist. It's a powerful reminder of the human capacity for resilience, imagination, and courage in the face of overwhelming adversity. Bierce's masterful storytelling, coupled with his unflinching portrayal of war and its effects, makes this tale a must-read for anyone interested in American literature. The story's exploration of the psychological effects of war, particularly the way it can distort one's perception of reality, is also eerily relevant in our contemporary world. In the end, An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge is a story that defies easy interpretation or categorization. It's a complex, multifaceted work that rewards close reading and reflection, inviting us to ponder the deeper questions of human existence. What does it mean to face mortality, to confront the unknown, and to find courage in the darkest of times. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. If you have any thoughts or reflections on the story, I'd love to hear them. That's all for today's Lit with Ernest. Like this episode if it hit true. Share it if you respect honest talk about books. Subscribe because we'll do this again. This is Ernest, signing off.